Welcome to the KMTRADERS channel. We are looking at Eurusd for this video. Before I get into any analysis, I'm just going to begin by saying that I'll be on Twitter now in terms of providing updates. So if that's something you want to get involved with my trades alongside the video, so you can see, it will give you an idea of the setups that I'm playing and how to get into the trade, and also my analysis in terms on the shorter scale. So it just gives you what I'm seeing, so my thought processes and everything like that. So if you'd like to get involved, just go ahead and follow my Twitter handle, which will be in the description. Okay, so back onto the video, Eurusd. So we can see this scenario here. This is the video that I did last week, just to see how it played out. So I actually posted the video quite late, so we actually missed this retest of our trend line at 1.3459, so we couldn't get that trade, so we missed out roughly about 50 or 60 odd pips, but the overall scenario was technically correct. What I was looking for was we could see two different options. We could see a break to the upside and a retest and then up, which is in purple, or we got some sort of retest back up again before we got the momentum towards the downside. So the market obviously chose to continue towards the downside. So throughout last week, what we was looking for was the level on 1.12967, and this was seeing how price rejected this level and if it became support or resistance. So as you can see, it failed to become resistance, so it kind of became support, but it wasn't enough momentum in play to give us the idea that that was a firm support level for us to continue upwards. So what that led to was us waiting, and we got in around here, and we roughly, as soon as we saw this pin bar rejection, we got roughly towards our next key level, roughly 75 pips. So we didn't do too bad on that pair for this week. So in terms of this week, what we need to do is obviously take it back a level. So let's go ahead and see what we can see. So what we can see here is a pattern formation here. So I call it the shooting star. It's just a pattern in all candles. So obviously, because it's on a high time frame, this is a key reversal pattern. So let's take it down to a daily level. As you can see, if we just draw a little trend line just in that momentum, we can see that we've basically broken the upwards channel, upwards momentum out of this purple downwards channel that we got here. So I know there's a lot of lines, so I'm going to try and keep it as tidy as possible. So if we drop it down to the 4 hourly, we can see a bit more of how we can get involved with this trade. So now, so these levels that you can see right here, let me just go ahead and get rid of the RSI for a second. What we can see right here is the market came all the way down without even retesting this key level at 1.12472, but we got a rejection here as support at 1.12167. As you can see with the pin bars, so that is good confirmation that this is acting as support. So in terms of the scenario that I will be looking for is based off this, I'll be looking for price to come up. Sorry, let's change the color back to red. Get some sort of retest before we ultimately head back down. So that is my one bias against it. We could even potentially see price come back up to this trend line that we just drew in this video. So let's just draw it again, just for, I'll draw it in purple. So this could be scenario 2, so something like that, and then we come all the way back down again. So either at the points, I'll be looking for shorts just depending on the overall confirmation of the candles before we obviously get the proper appropriate signal. Let me just draw scenario 2. So this is the other one, and ultimately we'll be heading downwards to our next key level, and just see how price rejects from there. So ultimately we will either get price to come back up to our key level, get a retest. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we're technically oversold on the RSI, and you can see that we're slowly diverging. We've converged into a selling condition now on the EMAs. So this is on a 4-hourly, so that obviously means it's quite it's on a stronger scale. So we can say that we're in a overall short on this, but we need to get the proper positioning. So that'll be all for this video, and like I said, if you want to get involved with how I get into Eurusd, do have a check onto my Twitter just for the updates. They are every so often, they're not spammy. Believe they are high quality, try to give out the best scenario, keep my charts quite clean. So yeah, so if you want to get the analysis and the thought process behind how to get into Eurusd, just go ahead and give me a follow. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.